Good evening. The third security guard in the China Harbor attack has been found alive. He was reported missing following last night's attack at China Harbor Engineering Company Checks compound in Plantation Heights, St. Andrew. Two of his colleagues were killed during the incident. The two security guards were found dead with gunshot wounds at the premises of Check in the 6 Miles area. The deceased have been identified as Brandon Tristan Small, 22, of Horizon Park, St. Catherine, and Lincoln Royal of Browns Hall, St. Catherine. Deputy Superintendent Coleridge Minto, who is the operations officer for the St. Andrew South Police Division, reported that the third security guard, who has been found alive, is not being treated as a suspect at this time. Deputy Superintendent Minto reported that the preliminary police investigation shows that there was no harm done to him. He also indicated that the security guard reported that he ran away from the incident. Deputy Superintendent Minto, who spoke with our news team last night, said that a search was conducted of the area and two security officers were found fatally shot.
Coleridge Minto, Deputy Superintendent of Police, Operations Officer for the St. Andrews South Police Division. We're here on the premises of China Harbor Engineering Company, where sometime after 11 last night, gunshots were heard. A search was conducted of the area. We have so far confirmed that two security officers were shot and killed at this location. One of the officers was placed in the trunk of a motor car. The other one, the body was left in some bushes. There's a third security officer who is missing, and we are still on the scene with the detectives, and we're searching the area trying to identify whether or not that person is still here. We have found his radio and vest, but as you can appreciate in this area, with the Plantation Heights and the bushes behind, so we're still combing the area to see if we can identify if that person is still here or the body. We're hopeful that we will find him alive. That's it I can speak for now. There's an active investigation ongoing by the Major Investigation Division of the JCF, and they will speak to the intricacies of this matter. I don't want to comment on that.
So were the three guards the only person working around the compound, from your information?
I don't want to comment on the number of guards that were here. Certainly there's an investigation ongoing, and I wouldn't want to divulge any other information regarding what took place other than that we're processing the scene, we're actively investigating this matter, and that two persons so far have been confirmed dead.
We will bring you more on this story in subsequent newscasts. More than 30 vendors have suffered setbacks from fire at the Coronation Market yesterday. Some shops were gutted by the fire in a section of Coronation Market in downtown Kingston. A woman and several other vendors who lost goods in the fire, which started in the wee hours of Sunday morning, were at mid-morning seen searching the burnt rubble for any valuable items spared from this tragedy. The reported fire became noticeable sometime in the early morning hours yesterday, leaving only the burnt-out shells of shops and totally burned goods. Our news team visited the market and spoke with some of the vendors. One vendor gave us an account of what he saw following the initial report of the fire.
In the morning when we wake about at 3 o'clock, me in my shop just sit down. And after that, me left and I go use the toilet round and come back round. For me, I not catch my fire till about 3:30. And when me come back and I throw in my coal in my stove to light my fire, me hear fire. And when me look at a man over there so I ball fire, me hear him ball fire again. And when me run out of my shop and come out, me see the fire over there so, in the blue shop over there so, in the ceiling top, like it upon the electric cord. And I just so me see the blaze start from. The blaze spread right over till it come right over here so. I saw the blaze start from. And me up on the ground and see everything going on.
For you personally, how does this affect you now, knowing that, it's Christmas season?
Well, it affect me bad, But right now it's a big setback for me, Right now, if I see it, I don't work for Sunday morning and I can't work. My goods them burn up. Mello, coffee, tea bag, sorosy, everything. Coffee, everything. Bread burn up, everything burn up. Yeah, me Jenna. Ackee and saltfish burn up, everything. Yeah, me tell you. Right now, it affect me bad. I see me them there. Me rent a Jew and I money when me did have for me rent, me have to use right now, so me have to try start out back myself. By now on Thursday, I want the back on the ground to say me can earn the money. Christmas don't we can't sit down so. We need little help, but we don't know what to give it. Don't know. Yeah, so everything set. So you go, me Jenna.
Another vendor says this is a huge blow to the vendors, especially given that it's one of their busiest seasons to sell their goods.
Zilla, my name, man. I'm going to lose everything down here, brother, man. One of my neighbors, them have a restaurant over there, so. But you just get 150 whole chicken. Season up everything gone. Everything gone. From peas, we done stock up the Christmas are coming up. So we are say, alright then, stock it. From about 3 o'clock, it's 3:30 last night I'm there. And the fire. About 3 o'clock the fire and it does spread. Take away everything. Everything. Pumpkin cook. Irish cook. Everything cook. You get me I say? We have to try to start again. Who can help, we help. We can't just saw it go, man. One hand help the other. You see me? So
What you heard happened regarding the fire?
Basically them a short circuit, You see me? But we don't really know what really started. Because the water company, the fireman them come in and do them analysis. And I say a short circuit caused it, you see me? But the main fact, Christmas I go rough. Cause I start again from scratch. You get me I say? Some people don't know how them are manage. Cause them last them spend and say, yeah, they might try a thing.
How does this affect you now? Knowing that you start off now and you have to
Teacher,
start all over.
me I tell you, to start all over again, man. No. Never beg a hand. You see me can get a 1 bag of onion and a 1 bag of oil to turn over. And soup shot the lead from this. You get me I say? Because 20 bag of Irish and 20 bag of onion and 5 bag of jar me have in the shop. None no sell yet. Because this week we are planning to start sell for Christmas week, you see me? Everything gone. And now we don't make back $1 yet for say go buy back a thing. You see me? So we are looking at support, man. Anything is possible. We are looking at support.
And as road fatalities continued to rise, a male motorist and his 3 passengers were rushed to the Cornwall Regional Hospital and treated for injuries they received last night after the vehicle in which they were traveling ran over a dead body along the Lilliput Main Road in St. James. The police also identified the deceased as 38-year-old Linval Griffiths. Reports from the Barretttown Police coming in to our news center are that at about 9:30 p.m., the driver of a white Toyota Mark X motor car and 3 other male passengers were traveling from the direction of Montego Bay towards Falmouth. As the vehicle reached a section of the roadway across from the Barretttown intersection, the driver of the vehicle lost control after he ran over Griffith's body. He subsequently ran off the roadway, collided with a large tree, and came to a stop after crashing into a shop. The police were summoned, and all 4 occupants of the vehicle who had sustained serious injuries were rushed to the hospital, where they were treated and admitted. The scene was processed, and Griffith's body was removed to the morgue for a post-mortem examination. Meanwhile, a 2-vehicle crash that claimed the lives of 4 Jamaicans and injured 2 Russians on the Palisadoes Main Road in Kingston has triggered a warning from Superintendent Tommy Lee Chambers, head of the Kingston Eastern Police Division. The thoroughfare links the capital city to the Norman Manley International Airport and Port Royal. Superintendent Chambers pointed out that as we are now in the festive season, it is best to leave for wherever we are going an hour or half an hour early. That way, he said, persons will have no need to speed. The incident that occurred at approximately 6:30 a.m. yesterday involved a Toyota Probox motor car and a Toyota Land Cruiser Prado SUV. 2 men and 2 women who were traveling in the Probox died as a result of injuries they sustained, while the Russians, a father and daughter, were treated in hospital for non-life-threatening injuries. The driver of the Probox has since been identified as Delroy Grant of a Waterford address in St. Catherine, while the Russian male is said to be an employee of a local bauxite company. In yet another road incident, 24-year-old Dahomey Ford of Gimimibit, Clarendon was killed in a motor vehicle collision along the Milk River Main Road in the parish on Saturday. Reports coming into our news center are that at about 1:30 p.m., Ford was driving a Yang motorcycle along the roadway towards Yorktown in the parish when the motorcycle collided with a Toyota Probox motor car that was traveling in the opposite direction. Ford was thrown from the motorcycle and sustained several injuries. The driver of the motor car, a woman, was also injured. Both were taken to the hospital where Ford was pronounced dead. Investigations are ongoing. Continuing with the news tonight, Prime Minister Andrew Holness is urging all road users to take extra care on the roads.
I'm deeply concerned by the number of Jamaicans killed on our roads. Safety on our roads is our responsibility. Jamaicans, drivers, passengers, motorcyclists, and pedestrians, slow down. Observe the rules of the road. Be courteous. Drive defensively. Be considerate. Buckle up. Wear a helmet. The careless overtaker is only rushing to the undertaker. Not observing the rules of the road could cost you your life and that of your loved ones. I encourage all road users to take special care as we use public thoroughfares. The life you save may be your own. Remember, your family wants you to arrive alive.
And as incidents of road collisions continue to increase, the Jamaica Constabulary Force JCF says that this is not what persons want and offered some safety tips for drivers in efforts to keep all road users safe. In a statement today, the JCF outlined that you should ensure that your vehicle is maintained by a certified mechanic regularly. If you observe any defects, do not drive the vehicle. Call your mechanic immediately. It is better to be safe than sorry. Motorcyclists and pillions are being encouraged to wear protective gear, including the safety helmet. Drivers of motor cars are to wear your seatbelts and encourage your passengers to do the same. Now, speeding is one of the leading causes of fatal collisions in Jamaica. The faster you drive, the less control you have over your vehicle. So you may not be able to brake or swerve in time to avoid a collision or hitting a pedestrian. Be extra careful during bad weather. If you're driving through fog or heavy rain, the simplest thing to do is cut your speed. Also, maintain extra space between your vehicle and the car ahead and be especially careful when negotiating curves. Maintain a safe distance between your car and the one in front of you. Drive within the speed limit. Yield to other vehicles even if you technically have the right of way, and remain calm in the face of frustrating traffic issues. Further to this, persons are being encouraged to avoid distractions as cellular phone usage is still a common practice among drivers. It slows down your reaction time and compromises your driving decisions. Put away your cellular phones. Check those messages when you get to your destination. Do not drink and drive. Alcohol consumption impairs your reaction time and vision, which increases your chances of being involved in an accident. Do the right thing. Have a designated driver if you plan to get tipsy. Still making Mello TV news, a resolution. Take two. Still making Mello TV news, a resolution was passed by the executive of the People's National Party (PNP) declaring December 12 an annual celebration of Portia Simpson Miller Day. The launch today was in acknowledgement of the life and work of the Most Honorable Portia Simpson Miller, and in a fitting development, the former Prime Minister and leader of the PNP also celebrated her birthday today. Party leader Mark Golding made an announcement of the initiatives to be rolled out by the party in honor of the first female president of the PNP and Prime Minister.
Portia Simpson Miller served the People's National Party and the government of Jamaica in many capacities, always with distinction. She was first elected to the Council of the KSAC, as it was then called, in 1974 as Councillor for the Trenchtown Division. Her growing popularity made her the obvious choice for candidacy in the 1976 general elections, and she was duly elected as a Member of Parliament for South West St. Andrew. She held that seat uninterrupted for over 40 years until her retirement from public life in 2017. Portia first entered government in 1977 as Parliamentary Secretary in the Ministry of Local Government and in the Office of the Prime Minister. She went on to serve as Minister over the rest of her career in several important portfolios, including Labour, Social Security, Tourism, Sports, Local Government, Community Development, from the period 1989 through to 2006. Within the People's National Party, Sister P, Mama P, became a vice president of our party in 1978. Relatively young, she would have been about 32 then. President of the PNP Women's Movement in 1983. And of course, she made history by becoming our fourth and first female party president in 2005.
Mr. Golding also outlined Mrs. Simpson Miller's vast contributions to politics and the country.
This little girl from Woodall in rural St. Catherine again made history by becoming Jamaica's first female prime minister on March 30th, 2006, and went on in that year to be named by Forbes magazine as one of the 100 most powerful women in the world. Comrade Portia Simpson Miller loves people, and people all over the world love her. Her high energy and warm affection characterize her presence wherever she goes. Whether it is in the hills of Portland or the plains of Westmoreland, the cities of Brazil, the UN in New York, the ILO in Switzerland, whether it was the President of the United States, Barack Obama, or Prime Minister Shinzo Abe, the King of Spain, or Prince Harry, Comrade Simpson Miller has the natural ability to ignite hope and enthusiasm among people. Whatever your race, your gender, your ethnicity, your station in life, wherever you come from, once you met Sister P, you'd receive a warm hug and sometimes a kiss on the cheek. Portia hugged the farmer, the children, the heads of small and large businesses, persons with mental or physical disabilities. She loved everyone. With courage, persistence, and commitment, the charismatic Mama P broke down many social and political barriers in the course of her political career.
Mr. Paul Napier also presented a statuette to the party in recognition of Mrs. Simpson Miller's contribution to the country's development.
As our party's first female president, Portia is a living example and inspiration to many. She showed the world to never underestimate the strength of a woman, and indeed, never to doubt the power of anyone to rise to the highest position of a nation, wherever they may have started their journey in life. On a personal level, I entered politics under the leadership of Portia when she appointed me as an opposition senator in 2007. She then persuaded me to enter the officer corps of the party as treasurer in 2009. She appointed me to her cabinet as Minister of Justice in 2012, and she appointed me as leader of opposition business in the Senate in 2016. Mama P was always supportive of my work, and I always felt that she had my back. And believe me, there was nobody better to have your back than Mama P. I grew to admire her uncanny political instincts, and she had an intuitive sense of who to trust and what advice to follow in any difficult situation. She was a remarkable leader. I am therefore determined that the party should do whatever it can to honor this great Jamaican leader.
And that's our news package for you tonight. Thank you for tuning in to Mello TV Evening News at 8. I am Shelley Hill. Do stay safe, pleasant viewing, and thanks for watching.